I got a question from one of my commenters, one of my subscribers, saying you should do a video on where you can sell your precious metals. Hello future investors and welcome back to another weekly episode. Today is the weekend. I'm very happy, I'm feeling motivated and I'm trying to pump out as much content for you guys as possible. So today we're going to be talking about where can you sell your precious metals, specifically where can you sell your gold and silver bullion. So here I've got a selection of some of my silver and gold bullion from my precious metal stack. Now, I got a question from one of my commenters, one of my subscribers, saying you should do a video on where you can sell your precious metals. And I thought, you know what, that is a great video. So here I am, I'm filming that for you. So, where can you sell your precious metals? So, starting off, we're going to be simple, and then we're going to break it down into more specific ways you can do it. So, the list of places and ways you could sell your precious metals would essentially be either to a coin shop, or a jewelry or bullion dealer in maybe your town, or you can actually call up bullion dealers such as the Royal Mint, Tavex, Bullion by Post, and there's plenty of others. And what they will do is they will ask you what you're looking to sell. For example, you might say, I want to sell all of my 1 gram gold bars. They would say, okay, what make are they, what brand are they? And what they normally tend to do is, if it's the value of the precious metals is beyond a certain amount, they will actually arrange collection for you and come to your house. Now, the reason I know this is because somebody I actually work with, he recently, very, very recently, only a month or two ago, told me that he sold all of his silver, and I mean all of it. And he showed me a picture of his safe. He'd never actually shown me this before, but he had his safe absolutely rammed to the top, and I mean rammed, with 1 kilo silver bars. He had all sorts of different brands, but I think most of them were predominantly from the Royal Mint. So what he did was, he for some reason, he believed that silver was going to crash off, and he decided to sell all of his silver. Now, I don't think that's going to happen with silver. In fact, if you look at the price that it's locked out of this weekend, it's actually on an upwards trend. But he wanted some cash, I think, to invest into another property, etc. So anyway, that's his right to do so. But what he did was, he actually called up the Royal Mint here in the UK, and he said, hi, I've got X amount of silver bars and coins, I want to sell the lot. And they actually agreed a price over the phone, which is amazing. And they sent a unmarked van. It didn't have the Royal Mint plastered all over it. It was just a white van, he told me. Just a pretty standard van, actually. And a chap got out of it, came into their house. And he went through their silver, pretty simply, really. Collected it all. And they transferred the money. And I think he got something like £17,000. And I actually asked him, I said, how much profit did you make? How long have you held on to that silver? And I think he said he had it from like 2009 and he bought it for like 8 grand or something. Now, I'm probably well off with those figures, but the point is he made a lot of money and profit. And that's just from owning and selling silver. And silver's a lot more volatile than, for example, gold. We can see that gold has a better and much more consistent upwards trend. But so, yes, he sold his to the Royal Mint. Now, you can do that. And if I was to recommend to sell your precious metals, I think it comes down to a couple of factors. Do you want to do it the safest way and maybe the most convenient and easy way possible? Well, in my opinion, if you wanted to do it the most safest and convenient way, I would say contact a bullion dealership. And if you know if you know what you're willing to sell is beyond quite a valuable amount, the chances are they are going to say, okay, no problem, we will arrange collection, we will come to you. You don't have to travel maybe to London or hours away to our bullion dealership, potentially risking, carrying 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 pounds worth of silver and gold, because no one wants to do that. You don't want to go and travel on the train and carry all of this precious metals, because just imagine if, God forbid, something happened and you got robbed. There is no insurance on precious metals, so you're buggered. You're not getting that back, unfortunately. So in my opinion, I think the best option would be to arrange for a bullion dealer to arrange for collection to your property or to the address where your precious metals are stored, and then that way you can safely have the transaction. No one knows it's going on, only you and the bullion dealer. Now, if you don't want to do it that way, there's plenty of other options. So, where else could you sell your precious metals? You could easily stick your precious metals on selling sites like eBay. Or if you're in America, I think the equivalent of eBay sometimes is Craigslist. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But for example, let's just stick with eBay. You can sell precious metals on eBay. Now, a lot of people do this. If you go online, you can pretty much find on eBay nearly all of the precious metals you want. However, in regards to buying on eBay, I wouldn't recommend it because there's a lot of fakes out there and there's not really any way to guarantee you're buying a genuine precious metal. But when it comes to selling, that doesn't matter, does it? Because you're selling the precious metal. If somebody wants to take the risk, for example, and buy your precious metal, it doesn't matter to you because you know it's real. Now, I would recommend doing the process through PayPal, not through a cash or bank transfer transaction, because the good thing about using PayPal through eBay is they have really good protection for the seller and the buyer. And if there's a discrepancy, normally they protect the seller first before the buyer. So you can sell it on places like eBay. However, one downside to that is they do charge quite a high percentage for sales, and it's a percentage on the sales. So the higher value item you sell, the bigger the chunk essentially comes out of your sale. Now, no one wants to have a percentage come out of their sale, do they? I mean, that's why we invest in, capital gains tax coins like this 1 ounce silver Britannia or this 1/4 ounce gold Britannia, because they're VAT free when you buy them and they're capital gains tax exempt them. So you wouldn't then want to go onto eBay, sell it knowingly that you're going to get taxed or, a percentage out of your sale. Why would you do that? So in my opinion, that would be my very, very last option. Now, a better option would be going to your local town or your local coin or bullion or even jewellery store and taking, let's say, maybe I want to sell my 5 gram gold bar, I want to sell this 1 ounce 007 bar, and maybe this 1 ounce Britannia. You can take that in and you can say, look, I'm willing to sell this. How much can you give it for me? Now, what I would recommend is do your research beforehand. Don't just go in there blind. Make sure you go, okay, right, what's the current spot price of this 5 gram gold bar? Okay, maybe it's £280 right at this moment, the day I'm going to go to the dealer. Okay, how much is this? This is £30 spot price, for example. I know it's less than that, but let's just say for example, and let's say £30 for this. So when you go into your bullion coin shop or jeweller, that you've got a price in mind of what you think is acceptable and what you're happy with. Because if you don't do that, you might go in and they go, okay, I'll give you this amount, this amount, this amount. And it's not until you get home after you've made the sale, you go, bugger, actually, I didn't get a very good deal there. So you should do your research. And then that way you can cover yourself and go, okay, how much would I be happy to get offered for this 5 gram gold bar? Okay, the spot price is £280. Okay, I'd be happy if they give me £1 over spot price, £2 over spot price, for example. Or if it's a new numismatic coin, or it's a particularly high collection edition coin, maybe like this 007 piece, it could potentially have a lot more value than just a couple of pound or dollars over the spot price because it's desired by collectors. So you could even go as far as going onto sold listings on places like eBay or Facebook Marketplace or wherever there is online sold listings and look at what they are selling at the day or week or month you're looking to sell this item. Because then sorry about that, that's the seagulls kicking off in the background. So what that does is that gives you a good idea of what to expect when they offer you a value for it. So when you go in and they say X amount and you think, whoa, that's like £10 under what it's selling for online, then just to go and sell it online. So my top recommendation would be to sell to an online bullion dealer first for security and convenience, especially when you're talking in higher value assets, maybe tens to 20 or 30 of thousands of pounds. But when it's more small value items, maybe you've got 3 or 4 1 gram gold bars, maybe a 1/4 ounce gold Britannia on its own, or you get what I'm saying, smaller denomination, maybe fractional gold, maybe it would be more convenient to go to a bullion or coin shop and just say, look, I've got this here, you've got in your mind how much you want for it, and then wait for their response. And they should, most bullion dealers are actually quite fair, I found, and they should come back to you with a fair price, and most normally tend to keep in a few pound of the spot price. So that would be my recommendation on how to sell your precious metals. If you're really, really lucky and you've got loads of friends and family that actually already invest in precious metals, why don't you consider offering a trade if you're not looking to sell but you're looking to swap something out? Or just say to your friends, family, or even subscribers, look, I don't want this 007 bar anymore. Would anyone like to buy it? I've got a price in mind. Someone make me an offer. And then you can arrange postage. That would be the probably last option you could do, but there's plenty of options out there. So I hope this video has given you a bit of an insight on how to sell your precious metals. I've actually really enjoyed creating this episode for you because it's not one that I've actually done before. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye. To see another episode full of gold and silver bullion on future investments, click the link now.